Yo, what's up, people? Hi, I am Joe Patterson PT. This is my personal training studio, and I am a personal trainer and life coach. And my goal is to educate you guys and gals on the basics of nutrition, health and fitness, mindset, and also recovery. Because I've got 13 years of experience, I have clients at the moment, and I want to be able to provide you people with the tools to feel 10 times better, because personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion when it comes towards actually bettering yourselves and also changing. So, what I've got behind me is my whiteboard. This is called Whiteboard Wisdom. This episode today is about how to win in the gym. Because obviously at the moment there is loads of newcomers, there's people who have never trained before, and it is very scary. And a couple of tips what I want to share to help you on your journey is the 5 points which is just here. Because when you go into places like Pure Gym, JD, Virgin, big bodybuilding gyms, which I've all worked in, it can be very daunting if you don't know what to do. And also with the information which is out there, we can set the bar a little bit too high for ourselves, and we don't know how to meet those expectations. So to help and influence that, this Whiteboard Wisdom is here to help you out, to help you to understand how to navigate through the fuckery which you'll be telling yourself in your brains. So starting off with number one. Starting out, I don't even know what that says. Starting out with your fears. So when you actually have a fear of training, what we tend to do, we tend to think, oh God, I don't know if I want to go to the weight section because there's some big sweaty people in there, especially if you're female, and you can put yourself off from actually doing the weights what you need to do. So then what happens is that you end up just doing cardio, but not doing it to any sense or any right heart rate zones, depending on what your goal is, which we'll talk further about in future videos. And you just end up monotonously in a routine which just sucks. It's boring, it's not fun. You need to have a plan. But to conquer your fears, having a program always helps. Obviously, I provide programs, the Confidence Booster program, Reform, the Progression Plan, Shreds, and Definition. Quite a lot of programs, but everyone has different goals. But when it comes towards actually starting out with your fears, tackling them head on, getting straight into the mix always helps, just to build confidence. Number two, being organized. When it comes towards actually winning in the gym, you need to be organized. You need to have your gym bag ready. You need to know when you're going to train, what you're going to train, and why you are training that. So having a trainer such as myself always helps, because you can ask those questions. Joe, what am I doing today? Blah, 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 blah. But to be honest, it's a question that I don't really ask anymore, because I schedule everything out into programs and a calendar. So you have like a workout calendar, and what that basically means is like on Monday, as an example, you may do full body. On Tuesday, you will do cardio. On Wednesday, you will do full body too. On Thursday, you will do either a walk or more cardio. On Friday, you will do full body 3. Saturday, optional rest with a bit of accessory work. And Sunday, rest again. That is just a prime example of what can be done as a example program. So being organized always helps. So even for myself, before I even became a, let's call it, successful personal trainer, I had a coach myself, because when I competed and stepped on the stage, I did not know how to prep myself. So having a coach helped me to have that direction, have confidence behind me, and also the key word, accountability. It helped me to be accountable for my actions, and it helped me to navigate through obstacles which I may have put in front of myself, and other obstacles which may have just crept up in the way, such as life. So being organized always helps. Also, going into our third point, accepting mistakes and learning. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to be so confused, because there's so much and such a wide array of information fluttering about at the moment, to a point where you just don't even know what to trust, because people are going to sell you quick fixes for long-term health, which you can do, but if you're smart about it, and if you're not that experienced, you're not really going to reap the benefits from doing X, Y, and Z. You need to know and understand that this is a long game. So, news in just today, Lewis Hamilton has just moved from Mercedes to Ferrari. Well, basically he's going to do that next year. But if you think about his career, basically he is one of the greatest of all time racing drivers, okay? But he did not do that with a 90-day program. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He spent 9 years plus crafting his craftsmanship, okay? So any high performing athlete does not do 90-day express programs. They will do for the competition, so let me be very specific here. So even for me, when I set 90-day programs, it's to accelerate. It's not for long-term causes, it is to accelerate and get you to where you need to be, because in training programs, you go through mesocycles, different types of cycles. It's so complicated, and a lot of people just get blanket programs, and it's just like, what do you do on the 91st day? Well, I have all of those answers for you, because we know how to phase properly, how to deload, how to train when you are fatigued, and what to do when you're in them instances and what causes those stress factors. So accepting mistakes and learning is a big part of any fitness career and journey, no matter who you are, because the longer you're in the game, the more you're going to learn about yourself. But if you're in and out, start stopping, you're not going to learn properly who you are and what you're doing and why. So learning about your mistakes and actually accepting and shifting your ego to the side always helps, because we have egos, we are humans, we have emotions, and we don't like to admit that we're wrong. So even for me, like, I have made so many mistakes in my own training career. Like even last year, I delved a lot into following someone else's program, and I just came out of it so injured. But I needed to shake it up to understand that that's not what I really want to do, and I am not a beginner. Because when I was acquiring my unit after moving from a gym and my son and doing my house at the same time, I just needed a bit of accountability. But what I found out was that that program was just not for me, because it didn't screen me, it didn't know who I was, it just basically said, here you go, follow this. So then what happened, I'd come out with more injuries because it was inadequate to my skill level. So when it comes towards that mistake, it was a big mistake for myself because I went against what I know. But what I learned from it was that for my own clients, having I didn't realize how important having those consultations were. Anytime you have a program, having just a little consultation helps. Like there is certain basic programs which you can get away with, but when it comes towards advanced stuff, like people just saying, here you go, change your life. It's not as simple as that. It's like when people say scale your business up to $1 million with this technique. It's like you have got to learn from the mistakes and also gain experience to actually understand what works for you, because individualization is basically what keeps this planet rotating and going, because we are all unique human beings. Okay? Long-winded one, that one, damn. Anyway, number 4, growing into your shoes. So tying that back up to the other 3 points, the more we train, the more we do what we need to do, the more that you're going to grow into your shoes, the more you're going to find your footing. So why I have such a high retention rate with clients is mainly because they start to figure out shit, like my first year was really my first year. Like now going into my second year, learning from my first year mistakes, I know what not to do and why I need to do what I need to do. And people are afraid to admit that. Like I've been training for 13, 14 years. So how are you, who's not trained before, going to get mega and crazy results in 90 days out of a 366 day year? We've got to set realistic expectations. We've got to be specific, measurable, achievable, and also have it in a realistic time frame. And that's what takes me to my last point, SMART targets. SMART targets is an old school method. It's something I didn't really understand when I was much younger. Whereas like now, I'm like, oh my God, it makes so much sense. So understanding SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time frame. Those 5 points helps us to actually be so hyper focused, hyper accurate, and also it actually helps us to make progress and actually achieve results. Because if we don't have SMART targets, we have dumb goals, and it's like you are not going to achieve your goals if it's something stupid. So let's say, for instance, for me, like I weigh 15.5 stone. Roughly, and hovering between 96 to 97, so probably 15 and 3/4, whatever you want to call it. But if I said to myself, I want to be 13 stone by next Sunday, That is very specific, but to measure that, I'll have to lose a lot of weight. Is it achievable? No. Is it realistic? No. And can I do it in that time frame? No. Whereas like if I say to myself, I want to be 13 stone by the end of this year, I will have to be so specific with what I do. The accuracy and the intensity of my program will have to be sky high. I will have to actually tell a lot of people that I am going for this goal to make sure that the environment actually helps me out. And then also, like, I would have to really work hard. I mean, like, really work hard, because you can achieve anything, but it depends on how bad you want it. How bad do you actually want to achieve those goals? So when you set yourself a big target, just understand that a lot of work, a big amount of work has to come up and couple up with that as well. And people just overlook that. And when it gets hard, they give up. And when they give up, they're like, that shit's stupidly hard. Like, I can't do that. But having that vocabulary saying that you can't do that is not going to get you to win anything. You have to develop and be specific, measurable, and actually achieve things which are achievable, be realistic, and have a sensible time frame. And that's what proper programming comes from. So that's how you win inside of the gym. So when you're starting out this year, because you may be restarting your training programs again, you may be doing all sorts of shit. Like, this video is designed to help assist you in whatever program you're doing. If you are feeling lost, just message, I can help you out. But I wanted to share a bit of value with you guys and gals so that you understand, what to do, why to do it. And obviously, you're gonna follow my journey as I develop, get an editor, grow this YouTube channel, and also send my message, because this is Passion to Progress, and I'm Joe Patterson PT. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for another episode next week. Peace.